guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel and today I will be doing the end of the year book tag. So Ariel Bissett originally made this book tag. I'll link her channel and video down below, but I just really liked this tag because I felt like it really spoke to me. So I'm just going to quickly go through this tag. So the first question is, are there any books that you started this year that you need to finish? Yeah, I am really bad at finishing books. I don't know what is wrong with me. That's been like a problem. I don't know if you say it's a problem, but I've had trouble finishing books ever since I read when I was like a kid. And it'll take me like 5 months to read like one book, and then I'll just pick up like a 700-page book and finish it in like a week. The first book that came to mind is one that I was supposed to finish like in August, preferably before the movie came out, and it's October now. But that is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. I read her other book and really loved it, and I wanted to give this one a shot, and I do really love it. It's just taking me such a long time to get through it, and not that it's the book's fault, because first of all, it's a big chunky boy. It's like almost 800 pages long. The writing is very immersive, and every time I pick it up, I do fall right back into it. So it's not that I'm like disinterested in it, it's just that every time I set it down, I'm like, I don't remember what I just read. Yeah, it's taking me a lot longer than I thought it would, and I absolutely need to finish it before the end of the year. I'm almost at the end. I have like 200 pages more, and I need to get like into gear. But yeah, that's just like the biggest book that I need to finish. I have quite a few books that I need to work on, but that one is the highest priority that I need to like get done. I wish I had like a hot coffee, but all my dishes are dirty and I don't want to make anything that would like add to that pile. So the second question is, do you have any autumnal books to transition into the end of the year? I don't really know if I read a lot of autumnal books that are like good transitions, besides like obviously like thrillers or like dark mysteries, just because it's that time of year. I'm gonna sound like a broken record at this point, because obviously there are like thrillers and mysteries that would go really well with it, but I'm just gonna say it, I would highly recommend The Secret History. I'm not going to go on any further than that. It's just a really good spooky read, perfect for the time of year. Every time I think of that book, I think of autumn. The next question is there a new release that you're still waiting for? I kind of keep up with new releases, but most of them, like, they already came out. I'm really looking forward to reading The 10th Girl. I'm really looking forward to reading Imaginary Friends. I'm really looking forward to reading Ninth House, and they all literally came out like yesterday. I could have filmed this like earlier, but those ones I'm still looking forward to reading, even though they're like out already. Really, the most obvious one that comes to mind is A Heart So Fierce and Broken, which is the sequel to, oh my god, what's it called? A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I read that during the reading rush and really enjoyed it. So I'm really anticipating picking up that book, especially because it's about a certain someone, a really hot guard that I'm looking forward to reading about more. Oh my god! And the last book in the Folk of the Air trilogy, which is Queen of Nothing. I finished Wicked King after like 5 months, like yesterday. And I'm so looking forward to the final book. It's gonna take me until like this time next year to finish it, but you know, I'm just gonna say it. That one actually does come out this year. I guess I could have just said that. I'm not really one to read a lot of series, but those are the two that like I am most excited for to come out. One of them this year, and one of them like early, like literally January. The fourth question is, what are 3 books that you want to read before the end of the year? I need to get a bookshelf. So I have like a lot of books from the library that I need to read before the end of the year. There's a lot of books obviously that I need to finish, but the books that I need to, or that I really want to start and finish before the end of this year, because I have 2 brain cells, I'm capable of doing this. The first one is Conversations with Friends. I read her other book. This is her first book, but her second book came out this year and it was called Normal People, and that was based off of Laurel Ann's recommendation. I'll link her channel below. She's really awesome. She gives like really good recommendations. It's kind of weird too because I actually had a dream about reading this book like last week or 2 weeks ago, and I remember loving this book. I have never, ever had a dream about a book before. Oh, sorry, that glare. And so I don't know if maybe that's a sign that I should like read it ASAP, because I just had a dream that I would love it so much. The next book that I really want to read is Chunky Boy. Remember when I said that I don't like reading fantasy? Well, you would think I'm a hypocrite, because not only are the 2 books I'm looking forward to are fantasy, but I also want to read this book. This one was recommended by Bregan from Peruse Project, and she was like, I think this is a standalone fantasy book, which is the reason why why I think I'm so drawn to it, because I'm really bad at like reading books from like a series. But I do like fantasy. It's just like really hard for me to like get into it. We know this. This one, the only thing I really remember about it is like Reagan highly praised this. I think this is one of her favorite books from this year or last year or something like that. But the magic system like really drew me in. What I can remember from the magic system is that like people can control metals and make things from it. I don't know. I just remember being like really wowed by the synopsis. I obviously can't remember it, so if the cover seems intriguing to you at all, I would look it up on Goodreads. I'm the worst at remembering synopses. I just remember the feeling that I get when I'm excited about hearing about a book and I want to read it. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I saw this in the library, I'm going to pick it up. So hope to read this guy before the end of the year. And now that I think about it, I kind of get like an autumn vibe from it. I don't know, maybe I'm projecting. Maybe this is wishful thinking. I hope that there's some leaves in here. Some pumpkin spice lattes are gonna make from metal, I don't know. And then the third book that I really want to read before the end of this year is Beartown by Fredrik Backman. This is a really highly praised book that has like kind of been on my radar, but recently I've been like really wanting to read it. I don't know if it's just because hockey season started or if it has to do with like snow and it's gonna snow soon. I just am like really looking forward to reading this. I heard that the plot of the book is very intense, and it has to do with like a hockey team that is very sexually abusive. I don't know if it's to a single person or to a group of people, but it's just kind of like the town and the team and the people who were abused, like their whole story and how they were affected by this. So this is going to be a very emotional read, but I'm looking forward to it, and it may be a new favorite book. Who knows? Number 5 is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Honestly, anything. Oh wow, the lighting. It's good. Honestly, anything that I read could be a new favorite. I've definitely been surprised by books before, but not super often. I don't want to regurgitate and repeat everything that I already said I was going to be my favorite book. If you do want to know what books I think will be my favorites, I recommend watching my 5-star prediction videos, because those I do think will become my favorite when I read them before the end of this year. One that I started but haven't finished yet, who is surprised, is Bunny by Mona Awad. I started this in like August or September for Thriller-a-thon and never finished it. I finished one book in that readathon, so go me. And I'm planning on participating in 2 in October too, so love that. But this one is like supposed to be like really weird. It's set on a college campus. It's about a girl who is being involved in this kind of clique of preppy, obnoxious girls. They become friends, kind of. So I'm kind of looking forward to jumping back in. I did really like it when I read it. I just, for some reason, there was a lot of things happening when I was reading this book, and so I didn't pick it up after that, but I did get like pretty far into it. Yeah, I made it to like page 50 and I still really enjoyed it. The writing was surprisingly funny. There were some things that like shocked me. It kind of reminds me of Mean Girls, at least. So I don't know if it like has that plot or anything like that. I mean, Mean Girls is about a girl who like infiltrates a popular group, and it's kind of the same thing from what I know of the book so far. But it reminded me of just like that cattiness. This one might be a new favorite. It's kind of like my type of weird horror stuff, so we'll see. And then the last question is, do I have any reading plans for 2020? I do, kind of. My reading plan for this year was to read 50 books, and I accomplished that. And I almost want to bring it up a notch and push to maybe 70. Just because I feel like 50, at first it took me so long to get there, but once summer hit, I was like really like in my stride. And I haven't been reading as much lately since school started, but I feel like since then I've been like really in the mood to read pretty much all the time. And I feel like that will continue on into the next year, and it'll just make me even more motivated to read. So I feel like 70 is like a pretty good number. It's not like 100 yet, even though that's like the dream one day to read 100 books in a year. We'll see about that. But 70 is like, I do also, I don't know if you noticed this, it's not like I mentioned in every video, but I have a stack of books behind me that most of them I haven't read yet, but I have a lot of books from my mom's. Some that I have read, a lot I haven't read or haven't finished. And my goal next year, hear me out, I have a really weird goal where I want the majority of the books that I read next year to be only books that I own. I don't know if that will include like a buying ban for the year. I don't know if that will include me not reading any books from the library, although probably not, just because I feel like that's so restrictive and unnecessary. I don't want reading to not be fun and be like a chore just to get through all the books that I have. But I do have some ideas along that vein. So that's like my tentative plan for next year. I have a lot of classics, most of them from my mom that she had when she went to school and she gave to me, some that I got when I was younger, when I was trying to be an intellectual and read like Dante's Inferno when I was in like 7th grade. Like, bitch, please. I just wanted the literary clout, you know what I mean? Those are books that like I do kind of want to read. Does that make me pretentious? Yeah. The books that I have and I need to decide if I want to keep or give away, and obviously there are books that I'm like, I really don't want to read them, I'm going to give them away. But if there are books that I have, I should probably read them. What a novel idea. Oh, a novel idea. But yeah, that's basically like my plans for next year. But yeah, that's the end of the year book tag. I'm going to tag some people down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Bye!